Right, but I'm just saying, like, the only thing that sets any of us that do this apart from anyone else is the specific personalities involved.
True. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find somebody as sweary as I am, who then turns around and tells people that, like, Final Fantasy X-2 is a good game, and the new DMC is a good game, and...
That's a good point, yeah.
People need to get off. People need to stop.
Most people that are as sweary as you are just completely always saying that everything's horrible.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why my eventual review show is going to be the way it is I'm sick and tired of the angry reviewer shtick.
Yeah.
And it's not, I'm not saying that nothing should be criticized. Of course shit should be criticized. I'm going to criticize the things I like on my show. The point, however, is that there's a difference between critiquing and hate-mongering.
Right.
And there's a lot of people on the internet who don't get that there's a difference. Who will, somebody calls out somebody for being a hater, and somebody will come along and be like, what, you're saying you can't critique anything? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, fuck you. It's not a critique when all you do is waltz in and go, this person sucks. This is stupid. No, that's not critiquing. That's just being a hate-mongering asshole.
Oh, like I was going to say a long time ago, so if people are watching this, it was probably weeks ago.
Okay.
Because it was, like, in Mega Man, actually.
Well, I'm not so much worried about when you said it in another video as get to it. You started saying...
Oh, yeah. I was going to say that...
You almost didn't start saying it again.
Like, I agree with your takes on all of this stuff, but I can't guarantee that I'm not going to do the same, you know?
Fuck! Well, okay, again, there's a difference between being willing to criticize, like, okay, Lost World, Sonic Lost World, sucks, we hate it. I think it's stupid, badly programmed, they fucked the characters up, they fucked the gameplay up. I'm not disagreeing with any of that, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be as pointed as you want to be about it in your review.
Right.
There is, however, a difference between giving your opinion, giving your reasonings, using video to help demonstrate your reasonings, and just doing every episode of your show as hate-mongering for everything you've ever reviewed. If you have one episode where you're calling out a game because you feel particularly passionately bad about it, fantastic. If a game made you feel that shit, you express it and be passionate about your expression of it.
Yeah.
Don't let hate be the only aspect of the show, is what I'm saying. And that's what, I got tired of watching Nostalgia Critic, and I got tired of watching Spoonie, and I got tired of watching Pro Jared, even though he does occasionally, talk about some positive works, but mostly he doesn't. Unfortunately, the majority of his work is him being an overcritical, arrogant asshole about stuff.
Do you remember, when I didn't like Zero Punctuation?
Oh, I don't watch that either.
I know, but I'm just saying, remember when I didn't like that? Because I was like, geez, all he does is this.
I guess I wasn't aware that there was a different point in time than that.
Right. There's not really...
No, okay.
Well, he kind of, tries to say good things now and then.
Yeah, unfortunately, he actually made it pointedly clear that it was the internet's fault that he is the way he is in his Bioshock review.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he starts it with, after my review of Psychonauts, which was an entirely positive review, I've learned that nobody likes me when I'm being nice to games, so let's get all the praise out of the way right now. People might have gone ahead and just let that fly over their heads. He just blamed the internet for why he's a one-note reviewer.
Yeah.
And he's right. He's not even wrong. It's not even a bullshit claim. It's a completely accurate claim.
Exactly.
Because the internet loves its hate-mongering, and it prefers, ragey hate-mongering to people praising stuff that the internet has not itself in its weird fucking, God damn, what's the word I'm looking for? Its legion way of mind control, telling everyone that this is what is popular and this is what isn't. Which it just does in its variety of different circles. And then everyone just seeks out whatever confirms their bias. And so you get people who come along doing positive shows who then do games that are popular for not being liked and go, no, they're not actually that bad. And everyone thinks they're being trolls or they're idiots. No, you're fucking morons who don't have your own opinions.
Right.
And it's sad because Yahtzee does have his own opinions, and he is a well thought out and genuinely decent critiquer of product, but he knew what sold.
Yeah.
And his show wasn't sold on him being a genuine reviewer. It was sold on him being, as he described himself in one episode, a sweary ninja for hire.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and that was everyone else's fault but his. I mean, half the reason he chose to do Psychonauts was to positively review something and suggest that people should play it.
Mm-hmm.
When he positively reviewed Portal, all it was basically saying that nobody will believe him and he'll never be this positive about a game ever again. Which is really sad. Like, it's sad and somewhat pathetic to think that you would ever say that, mainly because you don't fucking know what the future of games is. You might find something you like even more than that game.
Yeah.
Okay, that was bullshit. I have repeatedly to myself, I think about my show, and one of the things I think is, no matter how positive I want the show to be, I want to be as objective as I can be, even though it'll never be perfect. And I want to be able to point out at least one flaw, even with the games I love the most. One problem with that thought I keep coming back to, and it's my ultimate challenge to overcome, is coming up with a flaw for Chrono Trigger. I genuinely can't think of one.
Wow.
I can't think of one that isn't just saying, oh, well, if you don't like the genre, that's a bullshit reason. I've always hated that. Like, someone says, oh, the problem with it is that I'm not really a fan of JRPG. That's not a fucking problem with the game. That's a problem with you. Like, you don't like the genre? Okay, fine. I'm not telling you you need to like the genre. However, that does not make it the game's fault.
Right.
That's your personal, preferences seeping in. So there you go. And oftentimes, even the best of a genre will not win over somebody who simply doesn't like it. So I can't use that it's a JRPG as a reason, as a thing that is quote unquote wrong with it, because that's not something that's wrong with it. That's just a happenstance of its existence. Excuse me. But as a result, I've never been able to come up with a con for Chrono Trigger. And that's going to be, eventually that'll be my greatest undertaking, is to find something that I genuinely find wrong with the game. And if I spend my whole life never able to find something genuinely wrong with the game, then I guess maybe I can't say that I don't think there's any such thing as a perfect game, because apparently I think Chrono Trigger's perfect. But realistically, in my heart, I know there's no such thing as a perfect game, no matter how much I love them.
Yeah, I've never played a game that I could say was perfect.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger is the only game that I genuinely I can't think of a con to give as a example. Anything else, doesn't matter if it's Mega Man or Devil May Cry or anything. I can come up with a con for everything else, but not Chrono Trigger. It's weird. Well, I mean, it's not weird. I love the game. Yes, it's consented by most to be an amazing game, but so is Zelda: Link to the Past, and I genuinely despise that game.